Hi guys, welcome to episode 15 of Behind the Panels with Jimmy Purcell. If you're watching this video, odds are you already know that I am Jimmy Purcell. I'm a cartoonist and I work on webcomics, and this show is all about me talking about the thought processes that I have while working on those comic strips that I make and publish and put online or print, whatever. Because this is the first episode of the month, it goes public. It's on YouTube and on my Patreon page, visible to anyone. You don't have to be a patron to watch this. The previous episodes and other episodes, you do have to, become a patron to watch. Anyway, I've got 3 webcomics that I like to talk about. There's Good Cop, Cat Cop, written by Derek Murray, Dark Crusader, written by Michael Maxwell, and Bitten Better, written and drawn by me. That's 2 thumbs, whatever. Anyway. So let's get started. Let's talk about Good Cop, Cat Cop. In each strip, the criminal is a volunteer, a fan of the comic that want to be in the comic. But this week is none other than the writer, Derek Murray. This guy right here, this individual, this criminal, this person being interrogated, yeah, that's him right there. Now, if you want to be a criminal in a future Good Cop, Cat Cop strip, all you have to do is contact us on Facebook or email me. Now let's talk about Dark Crusader. It's about a fight between the Dark Crusader and Phil that gets interrupted by the Dark Avenger, who's getting annoyed by it. Now, I really love the second panel. I just really like the idea of him being in this passionate battle with Phil and then turn around and be like, no, I actually put the targeting on him, so there. And then in the last panel, I really enjoyed drawing Dark Crusader on Phil's shoulders, just punching at him, but also seeing Dark Avenger at the table that Hydrant kept meeting at for the past few months. Since the Dark Crusader found and attacked the sewer hydrant lair, Hydrant had to find a new place of business, new place to meet. And we see that new place in the next strip. And I thought it'd be funny that since it's such a new lair that they don't even have it really decorated, so they have fold-out chairs for the villains. Except, of course, for Dapper Hazard. He's in a comfy chair. That's kind of a clue to show that they're actually in his warehouse. Another clue is that I put Dapper Hazard's logo on the screen behind the word bubble. In the next panel, Dapper Hazard is looking at the schematics of his astral cannon. He actually brought it up to Robo Crusader in a previous strip when he had the blueprints. Here is a better look of my sketch of the astral cannon. Another fun thing about that panel is I had one of Dapper Hazard's henchmen looking at his watch, which is a reference to Dapper Hazard's first appearance. Now, I can't show you anything about the future of Dark Crusader, that is the rest of Season 2 and the card game. All I can tell you is that they're coming along really well, and I can't wait for you to see it. And now we're on to talk about Bitten Better. I've been doing daily strips for the month of May. Thank God May's over, now it's June, and I'm only going to be doing updates on Mondays. But since it was daily in May, we have a lot to talk about. The first strip is about the Agent Carter Netflix petition. My friend Jennifer has been very vocal about it, and she dresses up, she cosplays as Agent Carter, so I thought that'd be fun. If you haven't signed the petition, you really should. I'll put a link on it in the description of this video. These 2 weeks worth of comics have a lot of political comics in them, which makes sense because the California primary is coming up on June 7th. This one is about the suspicious nature of the voter suppression. I actually made this comic specifically for a Bernie rally in San Pedro, but it was canceled, so if anything, at least I got a comic strip out of it. And here comes another political one. This one is the Bernie comic about taxes, which is a common complaint I hear from people who are against Bernie. The next strip is about Taco Tuesday, and I'd like to talk about naming the taco place that I went to. When I name a fictional place in the comic, I run down a list of potential names, and I pick which one's funnier. And if I can find a way to hit something at 2 different levels, that's the best. The 2 levels of this being immigration and a pornographic category. Here's the third political comic. In this one, I try to persuade Republicans to join forces to defeat Hillary Clinton in the primaries by just signing up, by registering as no party preference. And then it can go back to being Republican after all this nonsense with Donald Trump. Then there was the comic about how I'd want the Bitten Better movie to be an animated musical. The next comic is talking about my strategy in Facebook arguments with collateral convincing. If the person went through all the trouble of typing a status or sharing a link, odds are I'm not going to be able to change their mind. But they might still have some friends that are on the fence that I might be able to talk to, give them a different perspective, as it were. Those are the people that I'm trying to appeal to, which I explained in the comic, but I want to emphasize on that. I keep hearing nonsense from the people who are against transgender community going into the restroom that they identify with, saying that, think of the children, protect the children. So I decided to make the next Bernie comic about someone who is trying to protect the children. The last Been Better strip that I'm going to talk about is the one that was basically just an ad for the Book of Red, which is at bookofred.com. It starts June 1st, today. It starts today. And what was really fun about doing this comic was just seeing Fred in a Been Better comic, because I was very young when I first created Fred, as you can see in this photo right here. There he is. Well, there you have it. That's all the work that I published within these 2 weeks. I have a lot more work that I'm currently working on, and I can't wait for you to see that. Book of Red has begun again, so that updates every Wednesday. I can't wait to talk about that in the upcoming episodes. Been Better goes back to updating only on Mondays for the next few months, just until Book of Red is done. As far as appearances, let's see. June 5th next week will be the Claremont Packing House Comics and Collectibles show. I always get the title wrong, but I can't wait for that one. That one's going to be fun. I like doing those shows. Then it's the Pomona Art Walk the next weekend. That's on Saturday. I'll be with the Walking Gallery. You should come and join us if you want. Make some artwork and join us. It's really easy. You just show up. I'll put the link of the Facebook page in the video description. And then the weekend after that is the amazing Las Vegas Comic Convention. I love that. That's my favorite show of the whole year, and I look forward to it every year. That one should be a lot of fun, and I'll have new books to sell. So there's that. That's it. I will see you next week.